Hey guys, so today we have Hunter, and he's going to kind of share a story. So if you're someone that has been suffering with back pain and trying to get back to your activities, and it's just you're not getting resolution, then you're going to really relate to his story and learn like how he was able to get back to everything and not hurt anymore. So welcome, Hunter.
What's up?
So tell us a little bit about your back pain, how long you've had it, kind of start from like at the very beginning.
Yeah, so I would say my back pain started probably around January of 2022. Um, I got symptoms of like really sharp pains in the left side of my back, and like the lower part of my back. And so I went to go to see PT, and they gave me exercises, but those exercises actually kind of ended up making it a little bit worse. And so I kept doing that for a few months. And then around like March, things started to get really, really bad, and that's when I couldn't even put on my socks. Like, I mean, it was sharp pains, and I could barely walk. I could barely bend over. And so then that's when I started to go see this PT practice with my dad, and I was with him for like a few months, and things did get a little bit better. I was doing like dry needling, and I was doing like back presses and stuff, but I had gotten better, but I started to go back to swim practice, and things kind of actually took a turn for the worse, and I started going backwards. Um, and yeah, so a few months of that and back into swim practice, we didn't really see much progress, and I was still having some pain. So I went to go see like a different person, and there's still like some pretty dull pain in my back. And so yeah, and then it's like probably around September I came here. I was still having some pretty bad pain. Like it was just like dull like all the time. Like if I was sitting, I was pretty uncomfortable. If I was standing for too long, I was uncomfortable. And yeah, and so then I started to progress a little bit. And yeah, around like December, I started to get pain free, and then started to come back a little bit in January and February. But right now, I would say like the pain is basically gone. Like it was a pretty sharp pain in the beginning when I wasn't treating it, but as I was kind of going along with PT and all the exercises, like it was more just like constant dull pain that I was trying to get rid of.
Yeah. A lot of time when you first came in the office, like your back actually was moving pretty decently, and there was a lot of hip issues that we had to address and
Yeah.
mobility back and get the strength back so that there wasn't a lot of compensation in the back. So that's something that definitely started making some improvements through there. And then I know I mean, you're in the middle of your season, so tell everyone, like, I mean, you're in college playing, you're a swimmer, you're a collegiate
Yeah.
athlete.
Yeah.
So it's trying to heal someone while they're in mid-season is, just takes a little bit longer because you're constantly like kind of irritated a little bit and then feeling better and kind of
Yeah.
going through some of those. What were some of your fears if this didn't get resolved?
I think my biggest fear was not being able to swim to my like most capabilities. Like last year, I mean, I wasn't seeing much progress, and it was like months. And I came here in August, and some of the trainers here weren't really like the best, and so then I was worried. I was like, oh my goodness, like I might not be able to swim for like my 4 years, and I was really worried about how I perform in practice because I mean, like there's kind of like a standard in college, like and so I wanted to show them that I was able to like actually perform and practice and meets. And I would say that was my biggest fear, is not being able to like compete to my best performance. And um, also, since it was on for so long, like I was like starting to worry that I was gonna deal with it like forever. Like it was gonna
Like,
be something that I was gonna have to work around all the time.
yeah,
And that was also one of my biggest fears, is like, I mean, I'm 18, 19 years old and I'm having these problems. I'm like, dude, like what the heck, you know? So I think those are my two biggest fears.
yeah. As an athlete, because I was an athlete, and it's like you've worked your whole life to get to this high level.
Yeah.
Like I'm here, I'm doing it. Like this is so cool, but then I can't do it. I can't do
Yeah.
it the way I know I can do it, and that's like super frustrating as an athlete.
Oh yeah. It was frustrating.
How do I can't play soccer anymore because it's like I know how I was and I can't do what I used to be able to do. So like I don't even want to do it. I'll just be
Yeah.
frustrated the whole time. But I guess it's a little different in the sense that it's an injury and you know that you can. So I know like, you're doing well and it would kind of come back and we'd need a little tune-ups, and then it kind of started creeping back in again. That was
Yeah.
slightly different. And that's when we talked and said, hey, we have this shockwave um, treatment that we're doing. And I think this is something that can really help you. And you're in the middle of like potentially getting an injection. So, which ended up not happening. So tell us a little bit about the shockwave and how, because I think it was only 4 sessions and it was like gone.
Oh
Tell us
yeah.
a little bit about your experience with that.
Yeah, so obviously, like this injury has been really stubborn, and so I tried a lot of things, and Stephanie tried a lot of things too. And like around March, like there had been like the symptoms that I was feeling like last year kind of came back, and I was getting really worried. And because I've done like basically everything with Stephanie, and I've done exercises and everything, and she proposed that we do shockwave, and so we tried it. And after the first week, like just the first week alone, I already started to like see differences, because usually after like a kick set and swim practice, like I usually can't complete it, and the next day I'm like dead. But like the shockwave, like just after 1 week, my practices with kick practices, like I was able to last longer, and then afterwards, like I just did a few presses and I was all good again. So shockwave, I loved it. And yeah, it was only 4 weeks, 4 procedures, and basically like I'm pain free. Like this is the best I've been
Time like
since.
in a lot, like this is the best you felt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the best I felt after a super long stubborn injury, and it's a big relief for me.
Yeah.
So
And kind of how I described it, some patients, you have these injuries and they stick around for so long, and you can have tissues around it that literally stop healing.
yeah.
So you basically can get some scarring or some, adhesions or calcifications or things that just don't like it stops healing. And so the shockwave will literally like knock that out, bring a ton of
Yeah.
blood flow, strengthen that area that you feel the results like instantly. May
hmm
not last. Like I think the first time that you did it, it felt really good. And it was better, but it kind of creeps back in. But I think by the
Yeah.
second and third one, it was like I don't feel anything.
hmm
And you're having hard practices.
Yeah. Yeah. While doing hard practices, that's
Yeah,
that's the that's
which
the whole
is
thing about it.
you always felt something. It's like you were back, but you always felt something
Yeah.
a little bit. That it's like, okay, I can manage this. This is nothing compared to what it was, but it never fully went away until it shockwave, which is why one of the reasons why we got it. Because been hearing some great results with people, and it
Yeah.
just aligns with everything that we're about, like just kind of
Yeah.
help people get back without having to have injections, which you always
Yeah.
have to have, or surgeries or things like that. Just trying to keep people active and living their lives. So
hmm
I'm excited that we have it. So tell us like your experience here compared to like other offices.
Yeah. Honestly, like I felt like a bro uh going into the office. Like I could literally talk to y'all, and like I would make conversation with everyone, and like I felt really comfortable, honestly. And at these other practices that I went to down in Houston, like it just felt very business professional. Like I was there and I was gonna see them, and then I left, right? But I mean, like here, like I mean, they even text me like, hey, how you doing? Like how's your back? And like I actually do appreciate that, because I mean, I'd like to feel appreciated, right?
Love it.
So yeah, and like they always worked around my schedule, which was really nice because I have a pretty busy college schedule, right? I'm a student athlete, so it was really nice that they were able to work around that and get me in. And yeah, honestly, like I really liked it. Like I just felt comfortable and appreciated, honestly.
How is our treatment approach different than like other people's, like other therapists' approach?
Yeah, actually, that was one thing that like really amazed me, is that Stephanie looked at like places not directly at my lower back. Like everyone else is looking at my lower back, but Stephanie kind of looked above and below it, and that's when we found out, like, oh my goodness, like this is what it is. Like it was glutes and hips, right? And I really liked that she offered that like different perspective on how it could be like everything's connected basically. And so I kind of learned a lot about my body and a lot about this injury is that like, there's other things going on that's affecting it. So, and I think that's what, finally pushed me over the edge is that we looked at something other than my lower back, which was what everyone else was doing. Right. So, yeah.
You can have pain, there can be a problem there, but if you don't look at other areas, it's a problem. And so that's
Yeah.
why people just don't get better. They get frustrated, which leads them down to having like that. What would you tell someone if they're on the fence about coming into our office?
Honestly, like I would highly recommend Empower. Like just seeing Stephanie and like how she offers like a different perspective and like she kind of like thinks out of the box, right? And I mean, everyone's super nice there and they work with you and you feel appreciated. Like, I mean, if you're on the fence, like I would highly recommend Empower. Yeah, like I mean, I feel like a bro there, right? Like who wouldn't want to feel appreciated like that?
Yeah.
So
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story because I know this will totally help someone else that's out there that's had similar experiences and frustrations and realizing that, oh my gosh, there actually is a place that might actually be able to help me.
yeah, for sure.
That, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.